What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. Welcome back to another collection update here on the channel. As you can see, stuff has been piling up. I usually wait to do these till the end of the month, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. Stuff is really piling up here. I try to keep stuff in package until I can do a video about it, and time's been getting away from me. Life stuff's been getting in the way. I haven't been able to shoot videos on the individual stuff. So we're just gonna do one catch-all video right here, open everything up and talk about it. And if I wanna do a video on some of the individual things later, I can always do that. I'm gonna slide all this over here. Some of this stuff is from April. Only a couple things are from April. April was kind of a weird month. I ended up talking about pretty much everything I got in April on screen, on camera already. So I didn't feel like I needed to do a collection update for April. So this is a couple things from April, but mostly from the first half of May. So we're gonna dive right in, starting with these two things that have been here for a while. I wanted to do reviews on these. I haven't had a chance to get them open yet. So we're gonna open them up on camera, and I'm gonna show them to you guys now. These are both from boutique labels that I don't have very many releases of. I only have a couple from each of these boutique labels. They do good stuff. I just haven't been able to prioritize them. There's a lot of different boutique labels. I mainly focus on Criterion, some of the UK labels, and some of the Australian labels. These are both American labels, and I would love to buy more of their stuff. I just haven't had time to. Look at that. Packing Peanuts. What a reveal. There it is. It's Delicatessen from Severin Films. I opted to go with the special edition, the Slipcover Deluxe Edition. I think it's like a 3 or 4 disc edition. Very nice release. I know they had a couple different ones, but this is the Severin exclusive release. It looks really, really good. It's very heavy, very thick, lots of discs in there. Here's the slipcover on that. It's a very nice, it feels like a Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. Very nice, high quality slipcover. Just the simple artwork on the front, very clean, and then you got some quotes there on the back. So excited to finally watch this film. I haven't had a chance to check it out. See, as you can see, it's still in the box, but this is one that's been on my list for a long time. I've heard it's kind of like this horror fable, kind of a hyperbolic horror fable, and it seems like it's gonna be right up my alley. Familiar with the directors, have not seen a lot of their work, but I have seen some of this. I actually started it on Tubi. I think it's still streaming on Tubi, or at least it was when I watched this before I ordered it, and I watched the first scene, and I was like, definitely buying this. Turned it off, want to buy the disc because the visuals are absolutely stunning. One of those unique looking films that nothing else looks like. Here's the 4K disc right there. We've also got the Blu-ray disc and then another Blu-ray disc. This one says feature and extras, and this one says additional extras. So many supplements, special features, and then we've also got a booklet. Look at this, Severin. Not too shabby. I like the look of that. Essays, photos, behind the scenes material in there. This is my first Severin's release in a while. I have Santa Sangre back there, another one of my favorite films, another very visually striking film, and another weird, off the beaten path, kind of unusual director's vision. So I am so excited to check that out. I've heard from a number of you in the comments that this is gonna be right up my alley, and I can't wait to watch it, and I'm so glad I finally have it. The other one that I got from a boutique label that I, again, only have 1 or 2 releases of, or from, excuse me, this is from Arbelos Films. No fancy Packing Peanuts to reveal. I gotta clean up my desk a little bit later. Actually, came with a Severin sticker. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool. But this is from Arbelos, and look at this. Look at this, matches my shirt. This, I'm very excited about. You guys know I'm a big proponent of animation. I love these studios like Def Crocodile and Arbelos who are paying attention to animation, because a lot of the big studios, they don't. Criterion, only a handful of animated releases. And there's a lot of international, especially international animated releases that are not getting the love they deserve. I also got the special edition release of this that comes with the exclusive slipcover. My first exclusive slipcover from Arbelos. If you haven't seen these, they do these kind of envelope fold in slipcovers, which are very nice. It will not come out in any direction. It opens up like this. This is my first time opening one of these. Very exciting. So it opens up like that. You can see the spine inside, and it slides out from the side. It's like a slipcase. They also provided a sticker. So I got a Severin and an Arbelos sticker there. Here's what the slipcover looks like right when you peel off the back. There's a little happy guy right there, a little flower guy. Very, very nice. This is only spine number 12. Like I said, Arbelos doesn't have very many releases. Very minimal very unique label that only puts out titles every so often. I'd love to get more of their stuff. They're really, really cool company. And they also included some stickers here. This is the special edition, so we get some stickers. This is an animated film that has a very cutesy style, but as you can see, it's called The Bloody Lady. So it is not a kid's film. It is a very adult film. It does have a very cutesy style though. And I'm gonna go ahead and open this up because I fully intend to watch this and hopefully get a review out soon. I wanna show some love to Arbelos. I never get to do videos about them. Look at this. Got artwork on the inside, artwork on the disc, artwork on the booklet. Love it. Love everything about this. I love getting a booklet with this. I love learning more about the release as we go. I'm so excited to dive into this. This is a Slovak animated film. We're getting a lot of Slovak animation. Def Crocodile is getting into it. I think Eureka is putting out some, no, Radiance. Radiance is putting out an animated collection soon. Lots of cool stuff coming out. I fully support it, and I will support it with my dollars because I enjoy checking out animation. Not because it's for kids, not because I have a family. I do have a family and I like showing them cinema too, but because there's so many different things you can do in animation that you can't do in live action. I love when a film gives me an experience that I've never had before, and that happens more often than not with animation because it's a completely unique vision from the director. They don't have to play by the rules. They can kind of do, there's no budget. The sky is the limit. Obviously there is a budget, but the sky is the limit as far as imagination goes with animation. And these two, look at these, they go great together. I'm glad I opened them up at the same time. Boom, we got Delicatessen, we got The Bloody Lady. So excited to dive into both of those. All right guys, the next package was sent over by Def Crocodile, and I'll probably do a full review of these later on, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a heads up because these are new releases, and if they sound interesting to you, maybe go check them out. 3 new releases this month. They're cranking them out. First, we got to talk about this disc here that's in the top of my box. Last month, they released the East German sci-fi double feature box set with Signals, A Space Adventure, and In the Dust of the Stars, and there were a few disc errors on the In the Dust of the Stars disc. So they did go ahead and reissue a replacement disc. It's going to say V2 in the top corner, and it's going to be green instead of the original blue disc that came in the set. So I got my replacement disc. I didn't have to do anything. They just sent it out. If you ordered straight through them, they're going to be sending it out automatically. I think if you order through other ways, you have to let them know with a proof of purchase. Just the usual disc replacement stuff. There's also this ad here that says, "Prepare yourself." I have no idea who this character is, but it says prepare yourself, and it says 2551. I'm excited for whatever Def Crocodile has in store. Let me know in the comments if you know what that means. Then we've got 3 brand new Def Crocodile releases here. We've got Spine number 37, which is Inflatable Sex Doll of the Wastelands, which sounds like an absolutely bonkers Japanese crime film. Can't wait to get into that one. That one actually sounds nuts. Then we've got another Bill Plimpton. We've got Mutant Aliens. We just got a Bill Plimpton last month. I still haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I've been behind on my Def Crocodile watches. I need to get caught up so I can get some reviews out for you guys, but they're cranking them out so fast. We've already got 3 more here. This is another Bill Plimpton with his signature animation style. And then we've got this, which I'm so excited about. This is the Treasures of Soviet Animation, Volume 1, The Mystery of the Third Planet, The Pass, and The Return. So 3 animated Soviet films with some beautiful artwork on the box. I can't wait to get all 3 of these opened up. Def Crocodile always has beautiful box sets. These are all limited editions. You can also get the standard editions as well, but I love me a good limited edition from Def Crocodile. So we'll get into those. We'll watch them. We'll get them reviewed for you guys so you guys can decide if you want to pick those up or not. Next up in the stack, we've got some eBay purchases. I haven't been doing as much eBay purchasing lately. I've been buying more new things through like Orbit and Diabolic and straight from the websites, but I did do some eBay hunting this month. Had some really great finds on some box sets that I've wanted for a long time. Not quite Holy Grail level, but I have been looking for this one specifically for a long time. So I'm glad I finally tracked it down. It looks like it's packaged great. So this was a box set that I found for an amazing deal. And I found out that the seller was also selling another box set, and he was going to combine shipping. So I decided to spring for both of them because both of these have been on my list for a while. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my, look at that. It's so well packaged. Thank you so much, whoever packaged this. I'm really excited. So these are box sets, like I said, that I've been looking forward to getting for a while. These are boutique box sets. I love collecting boutique box sets, especially from the overseas boutique labels that we don't get very often over here. You really got to hunt for them on eBay. This is one of those. This is from Indicator. So we've got 2 Indicator box sets here, 2 hefty, big Indicator box sets with lots of films in them. And this first one here, I know I'm going to get some flack in the comments because people don't like it when you buy the Blu-ray when there is a 4K. People like to tell you, hey, there's a 4K of that. Why'd you get a Blu-ray, you idiot? So I know I'm gonna get that in the comments, but I had to get this set. This is just such a nice, he's got it like sealed and everything. So this does have a 4K. It has a newer 4K set, but I'll explain my reasoning for picking it up, and maybe you'll understand, or maybe you'll still think I'm dumb. But this is the Indicator 5 Tall Tales box set. Look at that box set. This is beautiful. This was one of the first big Indicator box sets that caught my eye very early on when I was first learning about Indicator. It was the Harryhausen sets, it was the Hammer sets, and it was this one. So this is 5 collaborations by Bud Bedecker and Randolph Scott. These are 5 Western films. He's got this packaged so nicely in this wrap. I hate to do it, but I gotta take it out because I gotta show you guys what this looks like on the inside. This got a Criterion 4K box set recently, and people love it. They say the transfers look amazing. But this set has a lot of supplements. Like Indicator does such a good job with their supplements. Lots of supplements that aren't on the Criterion sets. It also has the giant booklet that Indicator always does with all of this writing, all of this reading on these sets. Look at all the films in there. I love having these little booklets to read along as I watch through a box set. It's one of my favorite things to do, is just kind of engross myself into a box set for a week or two. Really enjoy doing that. Here's the films inside. We've got 5 films spread out through 3 individual cases like this. The packaging on this set is also a lot better than the Criterion version. I love when they have the individual cases for all 3 of these with the original poster artwork on the front. So we had 1 film in there, and then we've got 2 films in this one, and then the last 2 films right there. Discard on all of the sets right there. It's just a beautiful box set. I like it a lot better than the Criterion version. I love the artwork that Indicator does for these, and I like having these statement pieces back there on the shelf. You can see I've got several of them back there from Aero Academy and Indicator. Those are the 2 big ones that put out just gorgeous box sets. And one of the main reasons I picked this up actually is I was listening to a podcast. It's called the Big Picture Podcast by Sean Fennessy, and he was interviewing Tim Simmons, who plays Jonah on Veep, who's also a big physical media guy. It was a podcast all about physical media, and Sean was talking about this box set in particular, because they were talking about their kids and wanting to raise their kids on physical media, which is also something that's really important to me. And Sean was talking about how the first box set that his daughter really cared about, like the first movie that she really cared about physically, was this set. She walked into his office and saw the bright blue color popping off the shelf, and she asked him about it. She was curious about it. And I want to have these kinds of pieces in my collection because I love showing movies to my kids. I love letting them come in here and just browse around. And obviously they're not going to be watching these yet. They're still too young for this. But I just like having stuff that brings physical media to life a little bit and gets them excited about it. And this just does that so much more than the Criterion version. So maybe sometime down the line I'll get the Criterion discs and put those in here with the 4Ks, but I'm totally happy with this box set for now. He kept it in perfect condition. He did a really good job. And since I was grabbing that from him, I also went ahead and grabbed this box set. And this is another gorgeous box set from Indicator that I've been meaning to pick up for a while. This one's actually still in print, I believe. I think this one's still in print. This one, long out of print. And I should say, got these for amazing prices. This one usually goes for way up over $100. I got this for pretty much retail. I can't remember what it was, like $50, $60, something around there. Amazing deal for these box sets, especially that one that's out of print. This one is the Mae West box set. Look at this. This is number 226 of 6,000. These are both limited edition. Look at this. This is one of the newer ones with the digipacks. I love these box sets so much. I'll pull the booklet out first. Huge booklet in here, all about Mae West. Look how thick that is. Holy, look. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's great. And we've got, how many films in this set? A ton of films in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 films. 10 films in this set. Beautiful artwork there on the front of Mae West. I'll slide all of these out. It looks like there's going to be probably 5 in here with 2 films each. We've got the Heats On right there in the front. We've got, oh, look at this. This is the W.C. Fields, My Little Chickadee. I didn't realize that was in this set. That's pretty cool. Then we've also got Go West, Young Man, starring Mae West. Then we've got Going to Town. And there's 2 films in there, it looks like. And we've got I'm No Angel. That's a classic one. And the last one here, Night After Night. And She Done 'Em Wrong. So 2 films in there as well. 10 films in this set. Absolutely ridiculous. And it also comes with a poster, a double-sided poster. So there's the artwork for the box set right there. And here is I'm No Angel, the big classic one right there. 2 beautiful box sets, 10 films in this one, which is crazy, from 1932 to 1943. So 2 incredible box sets from Indicator. So glad to finally add those to the collection. Like I said, they've been on my list for a while. So happy that I found that amazing seller who put those up for such a good deal. And then my other eBay box set is another boutique label, also from the UK, but it's not Indicator. It is StudioCanal, which I've just started collecting. Some of you guys may have seen in a recent video, I picked up the Third Man giant StudioCanal box set. Well, I got another one to go with it. This is the Wicker Man box set. Same exact thing as the Third Man. It doesn't play music when you open it like the Third Man does, but it does have the magnetic closure and the pop-up right there at the top. Looks amazing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or be able to read that. There's a quote from the film and then it pops up like you just saw. And inside we've got so many goodies in here. First, right on top, we've got the most important part, the movie itself. This is another 4K set, just like the Third Man. So there's a digipack in here. Oh, ho, one of the discs is coming loose. Hold on. There are a ton of discs in here. We've got 5 discs. This is the definitive set. So we've got the Wicker Man, the final cut on 4K. Then we've got the director's cut and the theatrical cut on 4K. Then we've got the final cut on Blu-ray and then director's and theatrical on Blu-ray as well. And then we've got the CD, the soundtrack over there on the end. 5 discs and a lovely digipack. And then on top of that, we've also got a poster that folds out with the original artwork on the front, which is really nice artwork. I'll give you another look at that in a second. I didn't even really show you that. Here's the collector's edition booklet. A little bit of a thinner booklet than something like Indicator, but still a full booklet. It's got a spine on there. Then we've got some art cards here. Just 3 postcards for the art cards. They are literal postcards. Which are a lot of fun. I can't wait to see this movie. I've actually never seen this yet, but it's one that I have been looking forward to for a while. It seems like it's going to be my kind of thing, my kind of a horror film. There's another poster right there, the Wicker Man. And then there's just a little ad for a Wicker Man candle, which I don't need, but we've got the booklet, we've got the art cards, we've got the posters, we've got the digipack. Get that all back into the beautiful box set here. See if I can snap that down. Once again, there's the pop-up, and then the artwork on the front is just glorious. Look at that artwork. StudioCanal does the best artwork. I love what both of these look like. I hope they do more of those at some point, more of these big, giant deluxe editions. I love them. I'm a sucker for big box sets. I know some people don't like them. They're not for everybody, but I really enjoy those, especially for like certain films. And The Third Man is one of my favorite films of all time, and I'm hoping that The Wicker Man is also one of my favorite films. I think it could be. I think there's a chance. Don't spoil anything in the comments, but I'm gonna try to watch that pretty soon. All right, the rest of this stuff is packages that were sent to me by viewers and given to me by friends and just some random stuff that I found out in the wild. So we'll knock these out quickly here. I got a box here from Sean, super viewer, friend of the channel, and he gave me some musicals to watch this month for Musical May. Grace and I have been watching musicals this month, so he sent me a handful from his collection that he didn't need anymore. And the first musical in here is Girl Crazy, which is a pairing of Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland. Grace and I have been watching a lot of Judy Garland musicals lately, including Summer Stock, which was great. That's a good Gene Kelly one. This one stars Mickey Rooney, and I can't wait to check that one out. This one almost starred Judy Garland, but she dropped out at the last minute and she was replaced with Betty Hutton. It is Annie, Get Your Gun. And thanks to Sean sending this, we already watched this month. I already opened this up because I wanted to watch this, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was so much fun. It's basically a circus movie. They're traveling around, performing for cities and countries even, but instead of walking on a tightrope, she is performing stunts with guns, and it's amazing. This is where the big famous song, Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better, that number's in here. There's so many good numbers in this one. Highly recommend that. Next we've got Gigi, which I haven't seen yet, but it's another classic musical. And look at this one. This comes with a little card in there with a quote on it, which is interesting. Warner Archive doesn't usually do stuff like that. I should mention these are all Warner Archive releases. You can see right there on the spine. And then next one we have another cowboy musical. We've got Calamity Jane starring Doris Day. Haven't seen this one yet. It's still sealed, brand new. Then we've got Seven Brides for Seven Brothers starring Jane Powell and Howard Keel. This is one that Grace has been wanting to watch for a long time. It was on her list last year for Musical May to get to, and we never got around to it. Look at that, a double disc. Something else you don't usually see from Warner Archive. So disc 1 is the film, and disc 2 is the alternate widescreen version. So 2 different versions of the film. That's pretty cool. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Then we've got The Bandwagon, another one that I pulled out of the box and Grace and I watched last week. The Bandwagon is great. It stars Fred Astaire and Sid Charisse, who is incredible. This is the first film I ever saw with her in it. This is an older Fred Astaire performance. That's kind of the point of the movie, is he's kind of washed up and past his prime, and he comes back and does one final play with Sid Charisse, and there's a romance, as you would expect, but the numbers in here are wonderful. There's really classic numbers in here, especially the final set piece. It's basically like a film noir musical number. Like, it's a whole play that they do that's set up like a film noir. It's so much fun. I had such a great time watching that one. And then the last one in here is not a musical, just one that I really like. I had mentioned on a live stream recently that I love The Seawolf, but I didn't own it. So Sean sent me his copy right here, still sealed, not even opened yet. This is a great movie. Stars Edward G. Robinson as this captain of this ship. I think, if I remember right, there's some stowaways that get on board, and it's just like this very serious, it's actually a very serious drama film that takes place completely out to sea, and there's shipwreck, and I don't want to give too much away, but it's a great movie. I liked it quite a bit, and I watched it on TCM back in the day. Now I have it on Blu-ray. I get to show it to other people because I don't think Grace has seen that one yet, so that'll be fun. That is the haul, the mostly musical haul from Sean for this month. Thanks for that, buddy. Really appreciate it. And then he also sent me a smaller one, 3-film package, just a little bit later in the month. Like I said, I'm playing catch up. This stuff has been sitting here for a while, but he sent me 3 more musicals because he's really want to make sure we have a lot to choose from for Musical May this month. So we've got The Unsinkable Molly Brown starring Debbie Reynolds, which I've never heard of. But this is I think it's a little bit later on. What year is this? This is 1964, yeah. So this is a 60s musical, a little bit later than most of the things we've been watching this month, which is a nice change of pace. And then we got 2 more 40s musicals. We got Mother Wore Tights, a Twilight Time release. Twilight Time is completely out of business now. They closed down, so I love picking up these Twilight Time releases when I can, so thanks for that one. Still Sealed, that's a musical from 1947. And I don't know who it stars. It's not even saying their names on the front. It's Betty Grable and Dan Daly starring in that one. And then, really excited about this one. This is Judy Garland and Gene Kelly in The Pirate, which we already watched this month. This copy, we opened this up, and me, John, and Grace. John actually came over and watched this with us. This is a super fun one. From the very beginning, there's this opening dance number with Gene Kelly just like climbing up a building and dancing all over the place and around the whole square. It's not exactly what I thought it was. There's actually no ships or any pirating going on. They never leave the shore. They're at land the whole time. So it wasn't exactly what I expected, but it was a lot of fun. And I didn't even say, it's Gene Kelly and Judy Garland. and she's great in this. She's a lot of fun. So there's 3 more musicals to add to the pile. And then we just got some random assortment of Blu-rays here that I got for different reasons throughout the month. I'll shout these out quickly. 2001: A Space Odyssey on 4K was given to me by my good friend John, who I just mentioned, friend of the channel. He was putting together the big TCM Film Festival that just happened last month, and he had to order a film to put into the gift bags, I think, to give out to the premium members or whatever was going on. I don't remember exactly who he was giving these to, but he had like hundreds and hundreds of copies, maybe even 1,000 copies of 2001: A Space Odyssey. And he was like, I've got so many of these, and he just brought one over and he gave me one, which is great because I don't own this on 4K yet, which is kind of criminal because it's pretty much a must own, I think. So I finally have that on 4K. Then I got a Blu-ray of Monsters sent to me in my P.O. box. This is another gift from another subscriber. Magnitude Rev sent this to me. This is one of his favorite movies from the last few years. This came out in 2023. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I'm looking forward to it. He's been talking about that one for a while on the channel. Then I got a copy of the Super Mario Brothers movie on 4K sent to me by another subscriber in the P.O. box. This was Zeta Generous that sent me this, another 4K that I don't own, and my kids love this movie, so this will be great to have. I actually already watched it with them recently because of that copy, so thanks for that, Zeta Generous. Then I've got a Blu-ray of Never Let Me Go. This was also sent to me by a subscriber, not in my P.O. box. This was in my Amazon wish list, and I don't know who sent this to me. This has been in my wish list forever. It's a movie I've been interested in. It's an Andrew Garfield, Keira Knightley movie. I haven't seen it, but I'm very interested in it because Andrew Garfield is one of my favorite actors, and I've heard it's really good. I've heard a lot of great things about it, but I don't know who sent this to me. They didn't leave a note. Usually they put one of the little notes in there, so I know who sent it to me. If you sent me this, let me know in the comments so I can thank you. But yeah, I'm very happy to have it. And then we're down to the bottom of the stack here. We've got this unusual little buried treasure that I found at CD Warehouse. It is Harvey Tunes, the complete collection. So I last year found a DVD from Shout Factory. They put out a DVD of all of the Casper shorts, but this is a separate series of shorts, the Harvey Tunes. There's some Casper in here, but there's also Wendy, and there's also all these other characters that I'm not even familiar with. This is a really cool set. I love the design of this set. It's using the Cinerama style logo right there, which is a lot of fun. I just watched a Cinerama film a couple days ago with the kids. I watched The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm. So we've got 4 discs in here, and I want to take the discs out because I want to show you what it looks like underneath because it's a beautiful design on this set. You can see right there, I've got the CD Warehouse sticker on there still. Only $20 for this set. A very good deal. If you look it up on eBay, it's a lot more expensive than that, so I was glad they priced it so low. Look at that. Look at that, it's got comic panels all across the back. How cool is that? And it's got the Cinerama logo down the middle. This is great. So all these are based on comic characters. Casper was a comic character during this time period. And I just love this set. I pop this in, watch some of these shorts with the kids as well. They're always fun. I love this classic stuff. I think these are from 50s. These are a little bit later than the original Casper shorts. Yeah, 1950s. So this is very cool. A 4-disc set for 20 bucks. You can't beat it. It's gonna take me a while to get these discs back in, so I'm gonna skip ahead for you guys, but Harvey Tunes, the complete collection. What a completely random find in CD Warehouse. I don't find a lot of stuff at CD Warehouse all the time, but every once in a while, you find something really cool. And the last thing I added to the collection this month, I'm actually pretty excited about, and you're not gonna understand why, because it's Ernest Scared Stupid. I grew up watching the Ernest movies with my brothers, with my family. We watched the Christmas one every single year. We watched the Halloween one quite a bit, but not as much as the Christmas one. And I want to show these to my kids. And if you don't know, this one in particular, for some reason, is insanely impossible to find. It is so hard to find. I'm guessing it went out of print very, very quickly. There's not that many copies for some reason. Anytime you see one on eBay, they're charging like $75, $60 minimum, usually even higher than that. So I've been monitoring it on eBay for years. I have never picked it up. Every time, I always wait till the last minute, like right before Halloween, and then they jack the prices way up, and I'm not gonna pay that much. I found this for a semi-reasonable price. Some of you are gonna think it's still way too much. I paid 40 bucks for it, which is too much, but it's the cheapest you're ever going to get this, because this has been out of print forever and it's really hard to get your hands on. People know what they have and they charge you a lot of money on eBay, so I'm okay with 40 bucks. It's something I want the kids to grow up with, and I want to buy it before they get too old, because there's a window for Ernest. His humor doesn't last forever, so I want to watch it while they're relatively young. And I actually have this goofy slipcover to put it in. Back a couple years ago, when Banshees of Inisherin came out, I bought a custom slipcover on eBay. This is the only time I've ever done this, the only time I've ever bought a custom slipcover, but I really, really like the Banshees of Inisherin, and someone had made a perfect, like a really good looking slipcover for it. So I picked it up. It wasn't too expensive, but he had like a buy one, get one so many % off sale. So I went ahead and just grabbed another one that he had, and he had an Ernest Scared Stupid one. It kind of looks like a little boutique artwork right there. It's custom fan art on the front. It's not as good as his Banshees of Inisherin one. It's a little blurrier. It's not as nice. Maybe he made this one earlier before he got better at it, but it's kind of fun to have a little slipcover on Ernest Scared Stupid. Glad to finally have that in the collection. Maybe I'll show that to the kids this year. I don't know. I need to maybe rewatch it. I can't remember exactly how scary it is. I might have to wait a little bit, but I'm glad I finally added it to the collection. So not a bad haul. We got a bunch of stuff here. We're kind of all over the place. A lot of these were gifts. Some of these were stuff I wanted to get for a long time. Most of this was from the first half of May, and then we've got these two that came in April that I haven't had a chance to open yet. So pretty good. I'm happy with the stack. Hope you enjoyed me going through those, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or any thoughts or opinions about these films that you want to share. I'd be happy to hear them. I'll talk to you in the comments down there as always. Thank you so much for liking and commenting on these videos. Hit subscribe if you like physical media. I'll be back with more collecting videos soon. And until next time, keep collecting.